Well, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Jashana here to talk about some friggin' books. Some new books. Well, some of them are used, technically, but you know, they're new to me. And there's actually 3 more that I did purchase that will be here tomorrow, but I was filming and I don't feel like doing it again tomorrow, so I'm just gonna pop them on the screen when I talk about those. And actually, let's get those out of the way. Sorry, by the way, if you can hear my air conditioning, it's whatever. It's Arizona. The air conditioning is gonna run. The 3 books that I ordered that will be here tomorrow are the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. Much to Leanna's delight, I have finally decided to read this series, or at least to purchase them and read them in the relatively near future. I don't know how quickly I'll get to them. Perhaps more quickly, because I did recently go on a date with a gentleman with masks on, don't worry, following all the protocol, and he is fully vaccinated. I mean, other people weren't, obviously, though, because we went to Barnes & Noble, and we did a little book exchange and purchased a book for the other person, and I purchased for him The Blade itself. And then I was like, I should have bought myself a copy. So that's why I went and just bought the trilogy in a box set for myself. Because I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And I might read it sooner rather than later. I don't know. And the book that this gentleman got for me is The Light of the Midnight Stars by Rena Rossner. I had not heard of this, but it is an Own Voices Jewish fairy tale fantasy. I looked at a couple of reviews because, you know, something being Own Voices does not always mean that it is like great representation, right? And I mean, I cannot speak to it even upon once I read it. I will not be able to speak to if the representation is good or not because I am not Jewish. But it seems like a fair amount of people that I saw, everyone I saw that said outright, like, I'm Jewish, did say that they enjoyed the story. So that's good. But if you've heard differently, let me know, please. Because like I said, I just don't have the experience to say one way or the other. But it sounds very intriguing. It sounds very fairy tale-esque in the way the story is told as well. And a lot of the reviews kind of said that that was a little bit difficult to get used to. But I feel like knowing that going into it will set me up for success a little bit better. It says, deep in the Hungarian woods, the sacred magic of King Solomon lives on in his descendants. Gathering under the midnight stars, they perform small miracles, and none are more gifted than the great Rabbi Isaac and his 3 daughters. Hannah, bookish and calm, can coax plants to grow even when the weather is bitterly cold. Sarah, defiant and strong, can control the impulsive nature of fire. And Lavanna, the Fey One, can read the path of the stars to decipher their secrets. When a darkness sweeps across Europe and threatens the lives of every Jew, the rabbi and his family are forced to flee. But in the end, danger will reach even those who thought they could escape it. Each sister will have to make an impossible choice to survive and change the fate of their family forever. So, also in the reviews, it did say kind of some serious content warnings, I guess. Specifically, if you are Jewish, there's hate crimes against Jewish people in here. There's violence. I believe I saw someone mention a sexual assault. Do not quote me on that, though. Definitely, if you are Jewish and intrigued by this, I would recommend going and checking out some non-spoilery reviews from other Jewish folks who mention content warnings. Be safe out there. But yeah, it sounds really intriguing, and from the reviews that I saw, it sounds like the writing style is very beautiful and poetic, and yeah, just rings of folktale, fairy tale kind of thing. And I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out. I had never heard of it before, though, so good on this man for picking out a book that I hadn't heard of. He did pick up ACOTAR at first and was like, you haven't read this, right? I was like, yes, I have. Oh, good old ACOTAR. Next, a couple of books that were sent to me by the authors. This one, this author reached out to me over email, and I was intrigued enough by the premise, so I said yes, please. And it is Return to Kiluimar, I'm not sure, Magic of the Realm, book 1 by Kimberly Marafino. Very pretty cover. And it says book 2 is coming this fall. James and Rhiannon both yearn for something more, a missing piece of themselves, but never found a way to fill the void until now. After James discovers a secret about his past and Rhiannon finds out the truth about her missing memories, they both dig deeper into the mysteries surrounding their own lives to uncover something more than they ever expected. Their worlds collide after they are pulled into a world of magic and learn they are part of a centuries-old prophecy. That right there is what got me. You guys know I love a good prophecy. Oh, man. Destined to possess powers unlike any other, they must take a journey to find each other, all the while discovering the truth about their lives, where they are from, and how magic is real and alive. So yeah, I was very intrigued by that. I think it is young adult. At any rate, thank you very much to Kimberly for sending this to me, and I look forward to checking it out. And then my pal, well, I don't know, are we pal? I don't know. I've known him for a few years. We've chit-chatted, and I'm in his Discord and have chit-chatted with him. And that is Antoine Bondelay. And I'm pretty sure I've said his last name wrong on several occasions. I'm very sorry. He did tell me, and I think he told me a long time ago, and I just couldn't remember, that it sounds like Ondelay, but with a B. So, Bondelay. Antoine Bondelay. I think I was saying Bandelay. I don't know. I was wrong at any rate. This is a new one that he has. This is an arc of it. TJ Young and the Orishas, the Gatekeeper's Staff. 1. This is young adult fantasy, and it's based on the mythology of West African Orishas, which is what most of his works, if not all, that I've read at any rate. I have several of them here. They all have that kind of folklore and mythology woven in. So, TJ Young has been surrounded by magic his whole life, yet he has never been able to tap into it until now. When 14-year-old TJ is accepted to Camp Alosa, he has one chance to prove he belongs in the magical world with his newfound ability. But with the program filled with other young diviners who have been using magic for years, he has no idea how he'll stand out, let alone how he's going to survive camp. They don't have what he has, however. The other campers are just there to pass class. TJ is there to honor his dead sister. While at camp, TJ uncovers a mystery connected to the death of his sister that will lead him into the realm of the Orishas, ancient spirits who have power he couldn't hope to match. But with a magical staff, unlikely allies, and a loyalty to family that can't be shaken, it might just be possible. Sounds very fun. I am excited. Super fun cover. Love this cover. If you like young adult, younger adult, middle grade, later middle grade, I would say definitely keep an eye out for this. I can't remember when it's... I am the worst. Like I said, I'm literally in his Discord, and I've seen him talk about this several times. It comes out on Juneteenth. Yeah. Right? This is the one that comes out on Juneteenth, right, Antoine? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm 99.9% sure, though. But yeah, very excited to check it out. The other works of his that I've read have all been adult, right? Yeah. Then I went to a local used bookstore that I hadn't been to yet, and this is one that's like very used books, and they had a pretty good fantasy section, though. And I got 5 books from this author, all for $20. All of these right here by Elizabeth Hayden. So the books are, and I can't remember now which fucking, oh yeah, this is the order. So we have Rhapsody, and this one, okay, I'll read the premise of this one. The brilliant new saga is born. Rhapsody is a woman, a singer of some talent, who is swept up into events of world-shattering import. On the run from an old romantic interest who won't take no for an answer, Rhapsody literally bumps into a couple of shady characters, half-breeds who come to her rescue in the nick of time. Don't love that word. We'll see. Only the rescue turns into an abduction, and Rhapsody soon finds herself dragged along on an epic voyage, one that spans centuries and ranges across a wonder-filled fantasy world. A world so real, you can hear the sweet music of Rhapsody's Aubade. Wow, don't know that word. And smell the smoldering forges deep within the cauldron. So yeah, it is epic fantasy with female main character. The next one is Prophecy. And then the final one is Destiny. And that's in the original trilogy. And this is all from what I gathered from Goodreads, because StoryGraph doesn't quite yet have the same like series, I guess, organization that Goodreads does. So at any rate, then it continues, I believe, in this series. Yeah, this is like the sequel series. It was like originally just those 3 books, and then she continued it on, and it's the Symphony of Ages series. And I think there's actually like 6 or 7 books. So book 4 is Requiem for the Sun, and then the next one is Elegy for a Lost Star. And I just love, we got a badass bitch with a sword and a fucking baby. I love it. Oh my God. Like, come on. How great is that? But yeah, I've never heard of this series before. But when I went to buy it, the guy at the register was like, oh, that's such a great series, Miss Hayden, blah, blah. I was like, sure, hopefully. I've never heard of her, but it's like older fantasy for sure. When was the first one published? I don't think it's that old. I don't think it's like from the 60s or anything like that. Yeah, 1999. So, not that old. God, though, that's like, like 20 years. God. Doesn't feel that old, though, because I was like in 8th grade at that time. I'm old! And I think that's all. I think that's all the books. And I don't believe I got any new ebooks. Let me double check. Nope, no new ebooks or anything either, so that is all. Let me know down below if you have any thoughts about any of these. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.